proper practice matches.
Yeah.
And that they got.
Yeah.
Well, we were just disconnected from the UStream server for some reason. So I just booted that back up. But yeah, sorry to anybody who was viewing. There was a little bit of downtime. I don't know why it got disconnected. Maybe something with the UStream servers.
Yeah, possible. But anyway, like I was just mentioning, yeah, Supernova and Losira, well worthy of their spots there on the finals, and they did very well. And the 4-3 matchup there on the finals was just a sign that it was really close and quite an intense matchup. Was cool. I liked it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, next one.
All right. Let us move on to Code S, the real meat of the GSL. So what everybody's been looking forward to. Let's first take a look at the March Code S round of 8, day 1. On day 1, we had OGSMC defeating Hungen Prime 3-0. OGSMC is continuing to show his dominance in the Code S and just his pure stability by these convincing win after win after win. And there's no sight of him slowing down.
Kratos, Protoss.
Yes, exactly. Destroying all his opponents. Next match, we had everybody's favorite Zerg player, July Zerg, facing
Give the
OGS
man a hamburger.
Yeah. That was awesome, that series. Really awesome.
Yeah.
And you basically had two legends there. July Zerg, one of the few holders of a golden mouse, facing against the Genius Terran, OGS Nada. Was kind of like Back to the Past, you know, you just went on a time machine to some of the biggest face-offs on Brood War. Well, they're just slowly transitioning into StarCraft 2, and we had some epic face-offs here. Those 5 matches were awesome to watch. I think I even made VODs. I made VODs of all the matches, just the conclusion. I think that the Iceman has it there. He can probably roll them. It was pretty awesome. Really, really good, that matchup. And July just came on top in the end of the face-off. But, I mean, it was close. It was by no way, no chance that you could see, like, July dominating Nava. And as you can see there on the stream, that small VOD from each of the matchups. Big invasion there by July Zerg with a million Banelings. And, well, the Banelings starting to surround. As you can see now, they're going to go straight to that mineral line. And you can see them just popping and exploding there. Oh, now we have it on the small screen. But, yeah, you can see all the green splatter there on the mineral line and was completely messy. And, obviously, the end result of that was that Nada just realized that, well, he didn't have enough economy, not even close. He just lost everything on those Baneling explosions. And he just decided to GG and move on to the next match. And I think it was the best option. I mean, he was so far behind on that point. He didn't have any economy, no workers. He just decided to go for game 2 and try his luck. And, well, those explosions, I just love watching that, as you can see.
Yeah, those are some lovely explosions.
Let's go to game 2 here. I'm not sure what's with the stream. It keeps saying that the servers, UStream servers, are having issues.
Oh, look at those explosions!
I can watch it now. Stream for me is fine, but the image is not on full screen. It's just windowed.
Let me try going back to full screen.
Yeah, just try and see.
And here we see Banelings on Terminus. I'm just going to pretend as if it's not lagging. Oh, look at all the destruction brought on by those Banelings. And by the way, I just love Terminus. It brings such epicness to the forefront. And we didn't get to see much more of it there, but I'm sure we all watched it. Oh, and here we go again.
Yeah.
Oh, and the lovely destruction. And the mule even getting pwned.
Heisman, just let it roll once more. You're going to see that he made a million Banelings and he smashed all of them against barracks because, as you can see, Nada was just walling off with 3 barracks and he just made enough Banelings to explode the barracks and send all his Zerglings on. This was quite early in the game. I can't see exactly the timer there, but something like 8 minutes or so, and he just finished off this game really early. I don't think that Nada was expecting one of these Baneling busts, especially because he made a wall off with 3 barracks. It wasn't supply depots or bunkers. There were all barracks, as you can see, very sturdy and armored, very resistant buildings. But Julizer just said, I don't care. I'm going to bust that as well. Just bring it on. And then he just brought a bunch of Zerglings to chew away through all of the workers and any resistance that Nada might have on his base to finish off the game. So a really nice start here for July Zerg, but then we had another comeback. He just decided to step up his game and show July Zerg that he wasn't alone, and he could.
Here we have
he
game
had
3 on
contender there.
Metalopolis. This is where the comeback.
Yeah, look at those barracks exploding. And there's still one Baneling left. In the end, after he smashes 2 barracks, there's still 1 Baneling left. So yeah, impressive. Then
here
this
we go
is
on Metalopolis.
Yep.
Game 3, as you can see, huge invasion here by July, a lot of Banelings. Check out this explosion. Oh! Massive explosion there, but there was still plenty of units from Nada. He just microed them and pulled them all back, close to the mech forces that were close by his bases. And July at that point just saw that he didn't have what it takes. He didn't have enough to continue playing. He just made a very strong push here. He was committed to this push, and things didn't went exactly as he expected. Notice this massive explosion. If that big explosion had caught all of those Marines coming all the way south, all of them running down, probably the game would be on July's favor. But at this point, July just saw that he sacrificed too much and didn't get the results he expected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Game 4, shall we?
Yeah, Game 4, yeah.
Let me get that up.
There's an interesting thing on these matchups, and I keep watching this from July. He is going a lot for Banelings, and he attempts Baneling busts, which was something that at least a couple of seasons ago you didn't saw that often. And now I guess he's just turning it into fashion again, so people can go for Baneling busts and actually use them. Notice again July going straight for another Baneling bust into those barracks, and here he had a problem. And this problem was on the comments from Artosis and Tasteless. When you guys see this small VOD again, when it just rolls back, you're going to see that he pointed onto that barracks and into the bunker, but he should have pointed it to the tech lab. That tech lab was finishing steam. He would have just destroyed the steam, destroyed the tech lab, and probably would profit a lot from that. Still, as you can see, he was attempting the bust, sending a lot of Zerglings in, but now they have the brilliant defense here. Notice now that there's a tech lab. As you can see on the production tab, steam is like halfway. If he pointed to that tech lab there and to the barracks as well, he probably had exploded both, and it would be game for him. Like this, Nada was able to contain the aggression and fend off the assault. It was close. Yeah, as you can see, the racks are all on fire. The bunker finally got destroyed. But pointing to that tech lab probably was a key moment. You would just kill that steam that was trying to get finished and destroy the racks as well. So things probably would have been gone on a different way for July. But once again, as you can see, Baneling busts all the way for the win. He just loves that, and I actually love watching this. It's just awesome.
That was actually a really tense game. I was really shocked when Nada made a comeback there, and I thought he was going to be dead for sure when July was just flooding in all his Zerglings and Banelings. But great match.
But that's the thing with July Zerg. He is the epitome of Zerg aggression. And like in the game on Terminus, which we watched over and over, Nada made 3 barracks, which is supposed to hold. And here we go again with the Banelings. And most Zergs find it uneconomical to Baneling bust such a wall. July Zerg just does it anyway, and most Terrans can deal with that, because economically, statistically, you're supposed to. July Zerg can just break the formula, and there you see the man, happy as a hamburger, winning over Nada.
Happy as a hamburger. So, as you can see, he made a very intensive use of Banelings, but his level of microing and also those instant decisions, when you're on the split second and you have to choose where to take the Banelings, how to split them, which targets to prioritize. Apparently, July Zerg is just brilliant on that because he keeps destroying and wreaking havoc onto Nada's forces. Look here, he's just flanking. He went all the way around the orbital command, going after those units from Nada, and with the splash damage, he was still able to finish off the command center and destroy Nada's units. And Nada being a mannered guy, even dropped 2 mules and said GG. And as you can see, July was just ecstatic. He was just completely mad after such a close matchup, a 3-2 result. And well, Nada wasn't happy about it. But I mean, at least he lost against one of the Zerg legends. And I guess that's
No
worth
shame in that.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to bring out how great July's muta controls that last game. He was just doing so much damage, scouting the entire map, always scouting and being active with those mutas. He was either going back into the main base, picking off important structures, picking off reinforcing units, and then making Nada's army move back to defend the main, and he'd swing back around to the gold. So his muta control was great all game long, and I think that's what really aided him in controlling the middle.
GG to the God of War.
Yes.
And we'll of course talk more about his muta control and corruptor control even in when we get to July Zerg in the round of 4 against any pro. But
here we go.
That's for later.
Yeah, especially on this match, and this map is kind of beneficial if you know what you're doing. If you have proper micro with the mutalisks, you can just harass your opponent endlessly, like on and on and on. And basically, July Zerg had the ability to keep microing them and poking at small structures, killing small patches of units, and at the same time, he was macroing and mustering up his army back on his bases. So he had just this awesome result, 3-2 on his favor. Like I said, Nada he lost here, but he didn't lose to any low-skilled player, and it was an epic face-off, so worthy opponent there, and I'm pretty sure that Nada will be able to come back from this in the future seasons.
Yeah, it was a great series. Let's move on to the Code S round of 8, day 2 now.
Go for it.
Go for it.
All right, here we go. We have San Zenith beating out SC Foyu 3-1, and then we have Foxlin losing 1-3 to any pro prime. You guys want to comment?
Sebastian, you want to go for it?
Sure. I mean, San Zenith, who does not like the guy? I mean, considering he's allegedly not a full-on pro gamer, at least that he started out as just playing the game for fun. And now he owns. I mean, I'm correct when I say that he went double motherships against Nesty. That's the Zerg he did it against on Shakur's plateau, right?
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, you gotta love him. And then you have Fox Lin getting, perhaps not ruffle stomp, but definitely defeated by any pro prime, who's sure is a very good Protoss, but he's not that good, and I think he showed that against July Zerg. Fox Lin, I want to see Lin up there. I mean, of course, round of 8 Code S, that ain't bad, but I'm slightly surprised and not at all happy to see Lin go down to any pro. But San Zenith rolling over SC Foyu, that was just beautiful.
Yeah. As you can see here, this is from the final matchup between Any Pro Prime and Fox Lin. And you have here a big death ball with 3 Colossi just chewing away, melting all of those units. And, well, just Any Pro Prime taking the win out of Fox Lin and winning the series. Like Sebastian was just mentioning, Fox Lin actually did a very good result this season. And he is apparently evolving, like growing as a player. So we might hear more from him in the future. Something that I was thinking about when Sebastian was just mentioning this was that, as you know, teammate from Fox Lin is Fox Moon, and Fox Moon is supposed to be like the big reference, but actually Lin did better than him.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. So, what else do you got there, Iceman? You have any other clips for us to take a look at?
No, but I was thinking we would move on to the Code S round of 4 now.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Here we have the results for the Code S round of 4. We have OGMC once again displaying his killer power over San Zenith, 3-1. Then we have July Zerg tearing through any pro prime, 3-1 as well.
In a convincing fashion.
Yeah. On the OGS MC versus Sun Zenith, it was fairly one-sided. I mean, Sun Zenith was able to take a match from MC, but from what I recall watching all those games, MC is just solid, okay? The guy is solid. He's, I didn't want to call him mean because he isn't mean. He's just taking advantage of any little gap, any little failure that he spots on your strategy, just goes and abuse it. On this situation here, as you can see, he's just pushing ahead, trying to enter his opponent's base. And well, Sun Zenith didn't have much to hold back here. On this matchup, on this series, if I'm not mistaken, there was a lot of cannon rushes and a lot of photon cannons trying to get early games. And they had several early games, like 7 minutes, 8-minute games with just cannon rushes back and forth. But with OGSMC just having the better decision making when the time comes, when it's clutch time and he feels the pressure, he was just able to have the proper decisions and trampled over Sun Zenith. I mean, he actually won a game, but that's it. MC just completely destroyed him. And now if you guys are looking at the stream, you can see MC, he offered his mouse and keyboard to people that were sitting there and watching.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, he just was taking a look, and people were just, "Yay, you're awesome!" And he's gonna give a mouse to a guy and the keyboard to another one, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna freak out and keep that mouse and keyboard for ever and ever. It was pretty awesome. Obviously, a sign that MC is solid at the moment, as he always been. I mean, for as far as I recall, the guy always played very, very well, even before any kind of buffs to Protoss or anything like that. So he is a solid player, he is skilled, and he knows his race very well. So I'm pretty sure they're going to have a massive clash on the finals when he meets up against July Zerg. Can't be any other way. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a purely amazing final. I can't wait. I know we were talking about it earlier on Skype, and we were both hoping for this final, and it came true. So it's awesome.
Yeah, and just adding to that, I mean, we saw OGSMC simply do what he does, and but I've never seen him cannon rush before, and definitely not in a round of 8 game. He went the tasteless build, and you're not supposed to do that, really. And that was maybe I just missed it, but I did not expect OGSMC to take the initiative in game 1 to cannon rush. Sure, I can see why he thinks he can afford to do so, because he's the champ, and that might be like an easy win. But that added the kind of stuff that like Idra would never do. And that makes a champion, switch it up a little. And, skill-wise also, opponent don't know if this time MC will cannon rush me. And it's just good for the game, good for the viewers, and good for MC. That was a great thing.
I would say this is also another partial reason for July Zerg's success. He doesn't like to play the standard sit back, react to what my opponents are doing. He's like, no, I'm going to build these units, I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to roll on people like a boss and just crush everyone. I mean, that's just great play style.
And you guys, for any viewers interested, you guys are going to notice the following. On OGSMC versus Sun Zenith series, OGSMC opened first game really quick, cannon rush, destroy the guy. And as you might imagine, at this level of playing on the semifinals with that amount of pressure, if you're not fit for it, if you're not able to handle that kind of pressure, you just break. It's like a really nice demoralizing blow on you, like your opponent cannon rushes you on the first game and you still have 4 more matches ahead of you. You're already falling behind, you need to recover and take the win, and you're already thinking, oh man, how did that guy cannon rush me? I'm just not good enough, I need to shape up. And well, you just feel the nerves and the stress. And now you're going to take a look at July versus any Pro Prime, and you're going to see what July did to his opponent on the first match.
That's practically a war crime, by the way.
Yeah. Do you have any clip there? I'm pretty sure you do.
It's up.
Any second now.
Yeah.
It should be up anyways.
Basically, it was a really nice map. At least I enjoy it for the Zerg, to play a Zerg. Scrap Station. And any Pro Prime just thought, versus Zerg, this map, fairly easy to take the Expo. I'm going to take the Expo, move ahead on the macro game, and just have a two base timing push, just crush July Zerg. And July Zerg said, oh yeah, here comes 6 pool. So the guy was making his wall off, as you can see, and July Zerg just 6 pull the guy. That's it. for first game, as you might imagine, you're not going to feel happy. You're going to feel frustrated about it. You're going to feel annoyed that you got 6 pulled on a stage like that one, on the semifinals, and well, you just get upset, and Juleiser got what he wants. So as you might imagine, you have two completely different mindsets here, with the Protoss player just thinking, "Ooh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to macro and going to crush him with all my big death ball." And Juleiser just said, yeah. Keep going, incoming my Zerglings, and crush the guy. And then this is from the final match. As you can see, Juleiser just made a million roaches, backed up by Mutalisks and Zerglings, and advanced towards his opponent's bases. There wasn't much of a defense here, much resistance. Juleiser was just macroing like a beast. His opponent wasn't aware exactly of how big Juleiser was already going, and or if he was aware, he wasn't able to recover fast enough. Let me just mention that on this match, and I didn't show that on the VODs, but I guess you guys can check it by yourselves on GOM TV. Before that small action happened there that made any pro GG, he sent at least 2 waves of Zerglings straight into his opponent's main base. They were able to sneak by the defenses, enter the main base, and start biting on all the workers and kill several workers, interrupted the economy for a long time. And those 2 waves on 2 different moments just stopped and basically shook any pro prime, and he wasn't able to recover from it. Because keep in mind that while Juleiser is just sending Zerglings to your mineral line and being aggressive on you and keeping you on your toes, he's actually macroing back on his base. So when you feel like you just can breathe a little bit and think, okay, I finally defended those Zerglings, incoming roaches and Mutalisks and all of that he kept building on the back. So yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Yep.
Yeah, and what Juleiser did there, he just skipped the Rohypnol and went straight to business. It was fun to see, since, I love seeing Juleiser do just that. But we don't have a clip of that particular game. I think it was game 2 on Taldaram Altar. Mm-hmm. But it was the one that July actually very surprisingly lost. And he was very much ahead and in a position to win it. Yet somehow any pro managed to climb his way back. He had some sexy Phoenix play, and Juleiser probably could have taken it out if he had forged his Roach army together with his Corruptors, but he didn't, yada yada. But something that struck me, I just want to pose it to you guys and all 5 of you in the chat. Protoss players lately, and of course by that I mean players in GSL Code S mainly, seem to have gotten really good and creative with their blink micro. I mean, we had it from day one, but it seems nowadays the Protoss players have incorporated the unit control and all that it enables you to do into their build so fluently, because you can do things with blink stalkers that the build order like Colossi Stalkers isn't supposed to do. I find, at least. I'm just an observer of the game. But it struck me that Protoss play has changed and Blink Stalkers has been the driving force behind it. Do you have any thoughts on that, guys?
I would just like to mention that, first of all, you have a lot more PvP now that you had before. At least I get to watch a lot of matches now, and I wasn't able to watch that many before, probably because Protoss now is a bit more evened out, so to speak, with the other races, and just people are just grasping how far they can take Protoss. So one of the results is what Sebastian was mentioning. Someone that is able to have some huge beast micro is going to be able to show his skills with, for example, Blink Stalkers. It's one of the good examples. Another example is the Phoenix play, like a million Phoenixes, lifting everything and harassing everything. It's another example of some heavy-duty micro. But I think that's one of the reflections from Protoss starting to be at least as good, or if not better in some situations, than the other 2 races. Mm-hmm. Iceman, what do you think?
I think it all depends on player style and state of mind more. Of course, the whole race war issue is going to go on forever, and who's the best and what's the most stable.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
But I think a lot of it, just like StarCraft is a lot of times referenced, it's made in comparison similar with that of a poker game, and I think that's very true. It's a lot about getting in the head of your opponent and mixing up the play styles. If you become too consistent, I mean, not consistent, but if you become too regular in your play style that people can just predict what you're doing, I mean, of course you can play solid and your mechanics can be completely correct and everything, but changing up your style a little bit, and like we were talking about earlier with the early rushes and stuff, things like that will just break up any monotony in people's play. So I think mechanics is only part of it, and the rest is lots of mind games. But yeah.
Yeah. Let's go for the next one. Come on.
Well, that's it. We don't have the finals up yet. I can put up the video. There's a promo video of the final, and we can speculate a bit of it on the results.
I would like to speculate a little bit on the news, the latest news as well. But if you want to show the clip, go for it. Go. I need to spam a bit this big event that GSL is preparing, this GSL World Championships. I want to watch this.
Yes, let's just relish in the epicness. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, July versus MC here. Massive face-off.
Stormy.
My God, a million corruptors spewing that contaminate on all of the units. And notice also the blink play there. So yeah, really nice. And well, MC is a beast of a Protoss player. Oh my God. So many storms, they're just melting everything away. And then what's left, the few units that are left from July's army, MC just says, no way, you're not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to blink on top of you and finish it off. And well, you saw the end result of that, right? So quite aggressive, quite brutal. And I guess that's just a trademark from OGS MC. But I think it's going to be a nice clash against July Zerg because he has that really aggressive style as well. So a brutal guy facing an aggressive guy, well, sparks are going to fly. Yeah, those storms, my God.
Yeah, I totally agree. But having said that, MC is definitely the favorite in the upcoming final. There's, as I see it, no question about it.
Okay, let me just mention that personally, I am rooting for the underdog, for July Zerg, but I do realize how good OGS MC is and how serious he is about this, so he's not gonna forfeit anything. He's not gonna break under the pressure. He's used to this. This is his stage. But as you know, July Zerg, I mean, the guy has a golden mouse. You know what that means. So he already had plenty of wins with massive views, massive crowds watching him, viewing him play. So I don't think he's intimidated as well. Epic matchups ensuing.
Any predictions on what the results will be?
Do we know what maps?
I just want July Zerg to win. Doesn't matter the rest. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to be impartial. I just want to see a good series, so
yeah,
that's all I want to say.
I'll be more than happy if it's an epic series and MC wins in the end. I'll be more than happy.
Yeah, definitely. At least if it's something at least as epic as the Nada series, I'll be very happy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Anyways, we have plenty of action and stuff to discuss with the up and down matches, with plenty of previous champions and big name players getting knocked down to the up and down matches. So, do you guys want to get into that now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sebastian, you want to start it or shall I?
You go ahead, Hydra. You take the honor.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure most of you already seen the brackets for the up and down matches. It's a monstrosity because there were so many upsets on Code S that you ended up with the most beastly, monstrous brackets for up and down ever. I mean, I'm just taking a look at the brackets here, and I'm surely Iceman will show the brackets as well on the stream.
Yes, sir.
But you had the very solid groups, and then you have a group that, in my opinion, is the group of death, so to speak, which is for me Group B. Linok for you, I Am Nesty, and Marine King Prime on a single group is just brutal. Keep in mind that Group A and Group B played today. I guess we can talk a bit about results from that. I watched those matches, like I mentioned to you guys, at the office this afternoon because I want to take a look at how Huck did, and was actually happy with the fact that Huck got a spot, clinched a spot into Code S. Not sure how he's going to handle there, but one thing I am sure you will have to practice a lot, because his group, this Group A here on the up and down matches, was all PvPs, a million PvPs, which makes things easy for all of those players on that group. They're just going to practice PvPs until they drop dead. Yeah, that's basically what they did. I'm pretty sure of it. Let me just mention, for example, that Julizerg on his interview, he mentioned that he did something like 100 games the day before to practice for that match. He played, he said he played 100 games on the day before. And on 2 days before, he played 100 more. So, I mean, they just focus on the matchup that they have and just go obsessed over it until everything is perfect, or at least everything is as good as they want it to be. And well, the results on this day one, as you guys saw, yeah, you had the Huck. Things didn't went very well for Huck when he faced against Inca, and Inca basically trampled the guy. But it's PvP, like I mentioned, so little details, small micro issues, they just can decide the game on your favor. And Inca is a monster on micro.
His micro control is just phenomenal, and
yeah,
especially in these tight matchups, just little seconds in your timing, milliseconds can just change everything, and we saw that in the match with Inca, and his little bit of micro just put him over the top.
Yeah.
Convincingly.
And then you had Huck facing against Choya for you. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but Choya for you is the guy that enters the booth and starts talking to himself. It's like he's motivating himself. And he faced Huck. Was close matches. Ended up 2-1 on Huck's favor. And that win allowed him to grab a spot on Code S. Impressive for me. Congratulations to Huck. I'm hoping to see good things from him on Code S in the future. But like I mentioned right when I started commenting about this these matchups from the up and down, I think that Huck will have to evolve on the following days, on the following weeks, to get to where he needs to be on Code S and to maintain his Code S spot. I mean, just getting some wins on PvP on up and down matches won't be enough.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Group B then.
Yeah.
Well, Group B for me was the group of death. I mean, Marine King Prime, Nesty, and Lenok for you. And I really like Lenok for you.
Yeah,
but
I like Lenok. I'm sad to see him
yeah, but he ended up getting slaughtered on this group. The group was very solid, very strong. He actually had some really interesting matchups against Nesty. ZVZ usually, you know, there's that tendency for Zergling, Baneling, Zergling. But no, they went much further than that. It was interesting to watch. And then Lenok had a face-off against Marine King Prime, but Marine King just went back to his Marine Micro. He had some siege tanks backing him up, but basically he had the racks with reactors just pumping a lot of Marines, and the Lenok wasn't able to handle the pressure. Also, if I'm not mistaken, the map was Tal'Darim Altar, and he just got some nice siege positions close to the natural expo of Lenok and started blasting away. Even when they didn't have any visibility, he just went for some scans to allow his siege tanks to blast some more into Lenok's bases. And well, Lenok had to just give up on it. So we ended up with Marine King and Nesty getting back into Code S, and Lenok now will struggle and has to fight for his life to maintain himself on Code A. Was a nice group, yeah, but very strong, kind of difficult. I mean, Nesty and Marine King Prime on the same group. Just maybe take Lenok out and place IM MVP there, maybe, and things will just get evened out. I don't know. But yeah, it was interesting to watch. These two groups played today, and it was quite interesting to watch.
It's very surprising to see these names in the up and down results.
Indeed.
Yeah, very. Which shows that Code A, yeah, it's not a bad place to be. It's just slightly less good.
Exactly. Yep. Let's move on and let's look at the day two, the upcoming matches for the up and down matches. Day two, Group C.
Will be tomorrow, by the way, guys, if anyone is preparing himself or getting ready to watch it live. But basically, you're going to have tomorrow Group C and D. Solid groups as well. Well, at least no group is as strong or as solid as that Group B, which in my opinion was the strongest one. But you're going to have on Group C something like StarTale, two members of StarTale, StarTale Virus and StarTale Ace. This ace is the one that just played in Europe just now, if you guys remember. He played on the Intel Extreme Masters, the World Championships. It was him and Squirtle that were representing from Asia and the Team StarTale, and they did very well. You guys checked those results, saw how things ended up. The Koreans basically dominated the place, and they just they're gonna have as opposition TSL Fruit Dealer. Fruit Dealer apparently he hasn't evolved as much as the other Zergs, and he has been paying for it. I guess that his style is not fitting properly the moment that the game is currently. Maybe in the future he'll adapt or the game changes and he just takes the lead again. But I think he's going to have plenty of troubles against Virus and Ace, especially against Ace, in my modest opinion, based on what I saw from him in Hanover, in Germany. I think that will be the case.
Definitely.
What do you guys think about this group?
I hope to see StarTale Ace do something with this free gift position that he got here. Well, not exactly free, but he won IEM, and that's why he's in the up and down matches now here. But yeah, this is definitely going to be something interesting to see. I think that we might actually see Fruit Dealer get knocked down in the Code A. What do you think?
I would not be surprised. I think Fruit Dealer was a bit of a novelty that managed to get a good grasp of the early and very primitive game of StarCraft 2 before anyone else had, and he took people by storm. But his style of playing Zerg is very aggressive, very counterintuitive, which he often uses to his benefit, but it's not effective and it's not optimized, at least not compared to someone like Nestea. And you see, July Zerg uses a similar kind of, it's not a strategy, it's a philosophy, but he does it so much better. I think Fruit Dealer has had his time. If he wants to be back on the top again, he has to reinvent himself, and that is one of the hardest things to do. And he already done it once. Can he do it again? He's going down into Code A, and he'll probably stay there, I say.
No, possible.
Words of wisdom.
Then Group D.
Let's go look at Group D here. We have Killer, Xenio, and Slayer's Boxer. What are your thoughts on this, Sebastian?
Well, Slayer's Boxer shouldn't be there, but he is. Of course, that was one of the biggest upset up in Code S when Slayer's Boxer, together with others, got pummeled down here. But he is in the same group as you said, Xenio, which is a very good Zerg, and who was an even better Zerg when his hair was dyed red, I say, versus TSL Killer. So that's a Proto Zerg and a Terran. I'm not too... I mean, Killer... I say he is not at Xenio's league. I think Xenio is the, objectively speaking, best player in Group D. But Slayer's Boxer is Slayer's Boxer. He does not compete with people. He stands outside of the meta game, looking in, finding holes. And so it's going to be between Xenio and Boxer. Xenio is the better player, but Boxer is the conundrum that no one can ever figure out. That's as specific as I can be.
Yeah.
Well,
Xenio is a very solid player, and I would be very shocked to see him go to Code A. So I definitely do not see him dropping down here. But crazier things have happened, and you do not know what will happen. But in my modest opinion, I definitely think we'll see Slayer's Boxer and Xenio remaining in Code S. Hydro, what are your thoughts?
I would like to see Xenio holding there and actually surviving this face-off. But things won't be easy for him. I have a lot of respect for Slayer's Boxer, but I think he needs to sit down and start evolving his game. I think he just a bit stale. He stopped, at least on his play style. And when he faces against some of the top players, he shows a little bit that... I don't know, maybe he's not practicing as much as he should. Maybe he's really busy getting his team up and running. But I think there's more to him, and he has a huge potential, as you guys know. But I think there's more for him to learn and evolve. Sung Ho, Killer. I mean, the guy used to be a programmer in Brood War, but he actually never showed anything on StarCraft 2. Well, at least he didn't show us any epic match or any tremendous achievements, big results. He's just being around Code A, fighting for his life, basically, and he's one of the frequent flyers, so to speak, but I'm still waiting to see something coming out of him, like a big face-off, a big clash, where he ends up being the winner. From this group, I would like to see Zinio taking the lead and winning the group, but Slayer's Boxer might be a contender. I don't expect much from Killer, from Sungho, to be honest.
All right, let's move on. Day 3, here we have Group E and F. In Group E, we have Slayers Delicia, we have MVP and Genius facing off. Any comments on this group, you guys?
Yeah. Go ahead, Sebastian. I'm sorry.
I need to cough, which is why I tried to pass it on to you. But starting off with Group E, indeed I was. Alicia, who's, am I right? Artosis' new pet, Protoss player. MVP needs no introduction. Yet he is in Code A, or rather the up and down matches. And Genius, who has a bit of a personality, which is nice and not at all a given. A very good Protoss at that. MVP, obviously a strong favorite. I mean, the former champion, not one of the most solid Terran around. He should be up there fighting MC again for the title in Code S. So he'll stomp his way through this group. I don't know why he lost. Even when analyzing the matches again, I can't say. He'll claim his Code S spot that he deserves, and Genius will be second in Group E.
Possible. I can't see Alicia, and you're saying that he's now the new favorite from Artosis. Well, you know what happened to the previous two favorites from him. Clyde, where is he?
Clyde.
Okay. Yeah. Clyde, and Sungho is also someone that Artosis likes a lot, and he says he's a solid player. Not going to doubt it, but the results for now still haven't reached all the hype. And Alicia, I mean, facing against MVP and Genius, maybe Genius is going down, you know, and Alicia might take some wins out of him, but taking some victories over MVP, I don't think so. I think that MVP is going to sit down on that chair and he's going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Okay?
Beast mode enabled.
Did you guys saw, or if you didn't, go take a look at today's VODs and take a look when the guys take the final win. They have like a small crystal stuff with the rock with like a crystal medallion with Code S in it. And the players just grab it when they win and kiss it and all that stuff. I think that MVP is just going to bring a hammer and smash it, just saying, I'm not supposed to be here. What am I doing here? I don't need the medallion. I already have it, you know? So I think he's going to be pissed and he's going to just crush that group. My opinion. Genius, I don't know. Maybe Alicia can take over Genius because Genius bragged a lot in the past. I'm not sure if you guys followed Genius in the past. He's a good, solid Protoss player, or at least he was. But he always backed up his playing with a lot of bragging, a lot of show off. And I don't know. Maybe he's just now paying a bit for it. Maybe his tongue was way too long, and he should have kept his mouth shut a bit more and focused more on his gaming. What's happening now is that he's just here, really close to get stuck on Code A. And if Alicia is at least half as good as Artosis says he is, we're going to have some close PvPs once again.
Yeah, definitely. Let's look at Group F real quick. Group F, we have TSL Rain, OGS Top, and OGS Hyperdub.
Well, for me, top. That's it.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can only agree. Rain possibly second.
Yeah. The players on this group are going to have an interesting thing. As you can see, the group is Terrans. That's it. And as you know, at this level, the players just sit down and say, okay, what is my group? It's all Terrans. Okay, just practice with me Terran until I drop on the floor. You know, so they don't have to worry about openings and strategies with Protoss and Zerg. It's going to be Terran, all Terran, and that might ease up on their life, you know? It's different from having a group with Protoss, Terran, and Zerg, because the players will have to practice a lot of openings and matchups and all of that. So we might be seeing some nice TVTs there, but I think that redundancies top will come on top.
I think it's going to be top in Hyperdub.
Yeah. Let's move on.
All right, next group, we have day 4. We have OGS Supernova, we have Pult Prime, and the best Faux U.
Supernova, I would say. The guy did pretty good now on Code A, reached the finals, played a very intense matchup against I Am Losira. And his group, as you can see, it's Terran again. TTT. So a bunch of TVTs, and I'm pretty sure Supernova is going to sit down with the OGS boys and just practice the whole day and the whole night if required. I think that SC4U might stand a chance, and the Pult Prime I'm not much of a fan, to be honest. So I think he's the weakest from these 3. I might be wrong, you guys can correct me.
I'm actually sort of inclined to agree with you. It's going to be a toss-up there. It could be close either way, but I'm not really sure. What do you think, Sebastian?
Roger seemed to be very eager to say something further.
Just commenting. I was just asking Sebastian and you that don't you guys see like Supernova, in theory, a little bit ahead?
Yeah.
Of course, it's got a momentum.
But I mean, it's Terran. So, I mean,
go Sebastian. I'm sorry.
It's gonna go either way.
No, I don't have much to add to the discussion to Group G. All these mirror matchups are very volatile. I don't like Pult either. Supernova has an advantage, and I like OGS more than I do like Faux U, so that's as in-depth and analytical as I will get. But building upon that, Losira obviously has a lot of momentum right now. He carved his way into this spot. All the others, most of them at least, they went down in order to get here. They lost something and ended up at this place. Half of them did. And Losira, on the other hand, he has fought his way up there. He's hungry for blood, and he wants to know what Code S tastes like. And he'll chew off the bones of his opponents to get there. He will take this group, especially since I think that TSL Rainbow, old schooler that he is not more impressive than what Losira is, fierce and up and coming. And the guy in the middle, who's he?
I'm going to tell you who the guy in the middle is. I'm not sure what he did to his name or if it was just GOM TV messing with us, but you guys remember a guy called Bun Zenith?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
okay. Just remove the V's and add some B's there, and it's the guy. It's Bun Zenith.
I think it has something to do with the Korean lettering. I believe they mentioned that on one of the GSL casts.
Yeah, and then you have Startail Rainbow, who was huge when the game came out, and I remember how revered he was during the late stages of the beta phase of StarCraft 2 on phase 2 of the beta. But I mean, after that massive clash he had with Fruit Dealer in season 1, he's been slowly going down the slope, and things have been working very well for him. So at least for me on this group page, I would say that based on the level that Losira just showed us and the fact that he's going to be playing again in a short period of time for the up and down matches, I think he's going to be the one that I will give a bit of favoritism on this group. Sebastian, what do you think about this group?
No, I again agree with you. Rainbow is not what he used to be. Similar to Fruit Dealer, he hasn't managed to keep up for reasons that are too complex to really know for sure. And Bon Zenith is just not up there with the others, because Rainbow is good. It's just that Losira is significantly better, though not by a mile, but he is on the way up, whereas Rainbow is definitely on the way down, and that will make the hugest difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's
definitely go. All right, moving on to our next topic. GOM TV announced that they will be hosting the GSL World Championship. First of all, we had the Team League that just happened, and what better way than to expand and now go on a global frontier with the World Championship. I know you were excited to hear about this, Hydra. We were discussing about this over the past week, I believe.
I'm sorry. I found interesting that this news came out like a couple of days or one day after the IEM, the Intel Extreme Masters World Championships were finished. It was like GOM TV was watching it and saying, whoa, the Koreans did well there. Let's get a World Championship going, invite some Europeans, some North Americans, and include the guys that no one invites anywhere. And I'm mentioning the guys that you will show there on the stream as well, because this is going to be literally a World Championship, because it includes people from Singapore, from Thailand, from New Zealand, players that we're not that used to follow. And, well, maybe they're not the finest ever, but I guess we're going to have to sit down and watch to actually get to that conclusion. But at the same time, you're going to have some of the big references in Europe and in the US as well that you don't see playing that often on big events. I know that I had from the top of my mind players like Damaga, Whitera, Nama, Soka, players like that from Europe. I would like to see them playing on the GSL. I would like their teams to just send them there, or they for some reason would go there and try their luck on the GSL, because I would like to see them facing against the Koreans. They might get stomped, yeah, maybe, but I mean, I really enjoy the guys. And as you can see there on the image on the stream, all of those guys are now invited and they accept the invitations, and they will be playing now some online. And I don't think it's going to be live. They're going to make casts out of the replays because of all the time zones. But all of those guys are going to be fighting for spots on that World Championship to play against the Koreans. And also another huge thing that is going to happen on this event is that they're going to make the World Championship GSL with individuals, but there's also going to be a team event where you're going to have the world versus Korea. I'm going to love watching that.
That's going to be insane.
Yeah, and keep in mind that the setup is going to be similar to what we already seen on the GSTL, on the Team League, you know? Like each player plays a game, and if he kills the other guy, he stays there. If he loses, another guy takes his spot. So it's going to be like that, but the world versus Korea, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to love to watch that.
Yeah, and in my opinion, that's for me the most exciting format. So a lot of drama and excitement in that format. So I'm actually going to be looking forward to that just as much as you are.
Yeah, one thing that I would just like to mention before I pass the word to Sebastian is that you don't see the last line there under the North South America, but
I put it up, the Asia invites.
Yeah, there's at least 4 players there. There they are. Red Archon, Revenant, Oxygen, Kawi. I don't recognize, well, I recognize Red Archon, but the other ones I'm not very used to watch their games. And then you have Sen, Xiaoti, and Sigua. Those two are Chinese. Sen is from Singapore. I'm sorry. Oh my God! No, I just lost myself.
Taiwan.
He's from Taiwan. Yeah, just thinking about Singapore because I saw the other guys on the top. But yeah, he's from Taiwan, and then you have 2 Chinese, Singaporean, Thailand, and 1 guy from New Zealand. So yeah, it's going to be nice. I mean, these guys might not have a chance or might not have a spot if they fight on the events to try to actually get high enough, but they might put up a show for us. You know, those kind of players that you never heard of, but they just put up a surprise, like they just prepare a really weird, really out of the ordinary strategy to just take a game from a big player. One of these guys might come up with something like that.
Squirtle.
Yeah, just imagine, for example, Kawi. I don't recognize the guy. He's from New Zealand. Imagine that you just practice a really awkward, really out of the normal usage of a strategy that is just so different that he catches by surprise one of the Koreans that he's going to be playing, someone really well known, and the guy takes a game from him. I mean, people will talk about Kawi. Simple as that. So yeah, I'm gonna love watching this event, and also I want to watch the team event. It's gonna be awesome. The world versus Korea. Yeah.
This event is something where a player can really make a name for himself, especially on this stage. This is a perfect venue for them to open themselves to a new path in their StarCraft career, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Sebastian, what do you think about the list, about these players?
Well, I think you guys have gone over it all in a very comprehensive manner. I'm happy to see that we got 1 Swede on the roster, a show, and that it's really cool to see some non-famous players yet, like the players from the Asian server whom I've obviously Xiao Xiaot.
Like Xiao or something like that.
Exactly. He's an old Brood War legend. There I have to cough again. And Sen, of course, we know as well as Red Archon. I've seen him on replays, but they're definitely not common names. And now we get to see them fighting these other guys who never fought each other before, all over the place in this format on this magnitude. And you said, Hydra, that maybe one of these players will bring us a show. Well, that is exactly what it's about.
Yeah.
That's what GOM TV is about. They have a mindset that is so strange and, well, nice compared to what we used to from the Brood War days when Kespa, and, well, perhaps it's wrong to put all the blame on them, but the community was everything but inclusive. It was very strict, and over the language borders, there were little to none cooperation. Now we see GOM TV with Blizzard, obviously, going in the opposite direction, going out of their way, spending a lot of money in order to give us a truly global entertainment event. They're putting on a show. This is not going to be balanced, but it's going to be fun. We're going to see ceremonies. We're going to see crazy stuff. There will be nerd after parties, a contradiction in terms as that is. And there will be like a whole thing erupting. The globalness of esports it's escalating and it's accelerating. I'm going off on a Gandalf kind of rant here, but this is just great by GOM TV and Blizzard for enabling this. I don't care about so much who's best, just that all the people go there and have a good time to show us all.
Yeah.
Okay, just I was just asking for the Iceman to give me a hand here. If you could go back to that screen where it shows GSL World Championship, blah, 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 with all the lettering, it shows the name of the Korean players that are already confirmed.
Oh, yes.
And because these guys we've been showing on the list are the ones that are going to play online on different time zones to battle for the final spots. But let me see if I can get this on full screen. You can see that you already have from Korea, Nesty, MVP, Marine King Prime, and Nada. And then from Asia, you have Moonglade. And from Europe, Liquid Jinro and Moro, more Swedish for you.
Sebastian? Moro. Yes.
So these guys are confirmed. The other ones are going to fight for the remaining spots, and you're going to have a massive clash. I mean, the caliber of the players here is awesome, and we actually have some strangers, some aliens to this kind of environment, but who knows? One of them, two of them might just put up a show for us.
Sebastian,
let's hope they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is going to be something really interesting to watch. One person that I'm disappointed that we are not seeing anything from. I was hoping that we would see possibly Love TT from China in the competition here, but I didn't see his name in the list, so.
Would be cool. Well, as you might imagine, this is work in progress. They might just add up a couple of players eventually. I'm not sure how strict this is. I know that they're taking care of the final spots. And from what I read on an announcement from GOM TV, what they did is that they invited a lot of players, a lot of pro gamers from North America and Europe. And then the ones that you can see there on the list, their correct words were, these are the ones that accepted our invitations. What this means is they send a lot of invites to a lot of people, and some refused, and I'm pretty sure some looked at it, what, GOM TV inviting me for a world championship? Nah, this is fake, just deleted it. So, yeah, so you end up having a really nice unit composition here, shall I call it like that? Some really awesome, some really awesome pro gamers from all over the world just duking it out. It's going to be awesome.
There's no better word for it than awesome.
Definitely.
Okay, so now wrap it up with, I think it's the team league, right?
Yep. Let me get that up.
Let's go for that one and wrap it up for today, because they already announced the team league, which I'm just eager. I'm just waiting to check this one. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait for this.
Yeah,
more epic madness.
If it's something similar to what we had on the previous one, it's going to be mental, just crazy. And as you can see by the teams there, they just showed the initial brackets. You're going to have, for now, Incredible Miracle against Xenex. For you against TSL, I think it's going to be a really interesting matchup. OGS versus Slayers and Prime Wii against StarTale. What you guys think about this? Which one of you wants to start with?
Sebastian, I'll let you go first.
What do you think about this team, Sebastian?
I guess I'll go. What?
I think his connection is just...
Yeah, I think
nice. His connection is messed up.
Yeah, I'll go first, I guess.
Go for it.
I'm glad that we don't have IM and OGS in the same bracket this time. We'll get to see more action out of OGS team this time. We'll see them progress a little bit further. I'm thinking that it's going to be StarTale, OGS, FOU actually over TSL, and I am moving on through the initial brackets. It's going to be lots of great play again from, I think, the, I guess, could you call them lower tier players. Whereas we're going to see the big names sitting on the bench waiting to come in. Like last time, nobody knew about Squirtle. Boom, this guy comes out of nowhere, starts wreaking havoc on everybody, busting out motherships on people, and it was just insanity. So I'm hoping with this format we're going to see a lot more of this creativity and freedom play, I guess. You could say that there's a little bit less stress on the players since this is not exactly like a one-on-one competition. It's more of a team play. You have your team there to support you. Your coach is there with you. You know what I'm saying? So people might tend to be bringing out some more gutsy play, some more risky maneuvers. But I think it's just going to encourage more excitement, and it's going to be better for the game. What do you think?
Yeah, Sebastian.
Yes, sorry for lagging out there. I don't know what happened. Team leagues are the best kind of leagues, and yes, in the individual ones, which will always be the norm anyway, you might see, sorry, more skill being showcased because people will have the time to just really obsess about one particular match and one matchup one at a time. In team leagues, you will be less prepared. But that's the fun of it. You see the unpredictable things happen. You see the ceremonies. You see the Squirtles doing bad things to IM MVP that shouldn't be done. It's what keeps the game fresh and adds new legends and rivalries and all that friction that we need in between just the epicness and the ghostiness. It adds fluff and flavor, and it adds cool games. It's just a riot. It's great.
I agree with you 100%. This is actually, like I've said before, my favorite format, and I really hope we see plenty of craziness and shenanigans, and more celebrations. Please, bring more celebrations.
Here's what's going to happen on this team league. Mark my words. They're going to invite Firebat Hero.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's going to just put up his own show and show everyone, this is how it's done. Here's some ceremonies, learn with the master. But what I really enjoy, what I really like on this kind of format is, well, I do enjoy watching the series, the best out of 5 and all of that. But gets to a point, well, at least for me personally, I rather see a best out of 7 or a best out of 9, where you have different players and different races playing on each matchup, you know, than watching, for example, 9 TVPs in a row, or 9 ZVZs, or 9 something.
9 PvPs. Oh.
Yeah, well, I like the fact that, okay, that team has 10 guys or 8 guys or something, and eventually several of them will play unless they get an all kill. So you end up seeing different styles.
There's going to be plenty of variation in the
you might
matches.
be watching. You sit down and you start watching a PVT, but then the T guy gets eliminated and the Zerg gets in, and you start watching a PVZ, and then the Zerg kills the Protoss and someone else gets in, and you keep watching. It has a different dynamic, you know? It's like watching always something new, and I actually enjoy that. I think it's a nice feeling to it, has a nice feeling to it compared with the GSL. I love the GSL, obviously, but I think it allows to a certain lightness. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're just having a blast, they're just having fun, and they're going to own everyone because they're just confident, relaxed, and things will flow. And, well, you end up seeing motherships and things like that. So, yeah.
Exactly. When you know that you're having fun and you're going to be more relaxed, less pressure, you're going to be doing, you know, more crazy things, or possibly more confident in something you would normally pull out in a one-on-one match where you're stressing yourself and okay, I got to win this, I got to do this, and no screwing around. You know, it's just gonna bring out all kinds of crazy stuff.
I think they're just messing about a lot. I
Mm-hmm.
can only imagine what they say to each other when they're sitting down on those benches. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're probably just saying, you're the weakest of us all. You're the biggest noob on our house. You want to go first."
Yeah,
Stuff
just
like that. You
plenty
know.
of trolling action going on.
Yeah, then everyone laughs at the guy or tell him, now you're gonna play against that guy. If you lose, you're gonna pay us all dinner. Stuff like that. So yeah, needs to be fun. It has to be fun.
Yep, exactly.
Maybe they'll take off their clothes, run into the ocean at a nearby beach, and come back and do a dance. Who knows? It's happened
Fire
before.
Bat Hero.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Fire Bat Hero.
Yeah, Fire Bat Heroes all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess it's
Anyways,
done for today.
I actually have one more surprise thing that I want to talk about. Just read
Okay.
earlier on the news, there was a clip from the IAM Championship. Moon had something to say about white
Oh,
people.
yeah.
I didn't know if you guys had seen this.
Yeah,
but,
I did.
No, I haven't.
Okay, well,
Well, play it and let him listen.
yeah, I'm gonna
It's
play it.
easier.
I'm gonna put the sound on for everybody to hear. But for
Alright.
those of you who are gonna see this in podcast format later on, or if you're not up
Can
to
you
date
loop it?
with
Can
what's
you
going
make
on
a
right now. What?
Can you make a loop?
Yes, 1 second. I'm gonna get it up.
Go for it.
But as I get it up, Hydra, why don't you just explain to people what the situation was for
Well-
anybody who's not going to be able to watch this or listen to it later.
Well, it's basically the Intel Extreme Masters in Hanover. As you guys know, the Koreans dominated there. First, second, and third place. They just own everyone. There was some close matchups, and there was a lot of interesting matchups. But, well, the end result was the Koreans just took over and took all the prize money, just everything, the loot. They just grabbed everything and ran away home. And basically, you have Moon here just telling everyone how things work. He's explaining what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So you
And,
guys listen to it.
I'm going to put the sound on real quick. Hold on.
There you go, Koreans and white dudes.
Koreans own white dudes.
There you go, Koreans and white dudes.
Koreans own white dudes.
There you go, Koreans and white dudes.
Yeah, there you go. Koreans own white dudes.
Yeah.
Straight from Moon himself. So,
Clearly they do.
Koreans and white dudes.
So,
Yeah,
now
so
you know, Sebastian, you're aware.
it was just basically, at least on that event, he was stating the facts, and hopefully anyone listening to this or viewing the VOD won't be taking this in any bad way. You know, the guy's having fun, just saying his thing and taking the moment. So don't go trolling on the guy or feeling very biased or very shocked with the comment, because I'm pretty sure that wasn't what he meant.
No, yeah, it's obviously some trolling or just
Yeah, it was just
miscommunication with translation that he wasn't aware of the implications of some of the things he said, but no harm what he'd said, but it was completely hilarious.
Also keep in mind that, like you and me and Sebastian, we now heard this, thousands of people will listen to this. So with a bit of luck on the World Championship, with some European or American win over a Korean, we're going to have the white guy owning the Korean. Yeah, it's going to be his moment.
Exactly. See, this is what we want, more of this craziness. So hopefully we'll see some trash talk back.
Okay, just to wrap it up, let me just mention that something tells me next show it's going to be Madness. I'm not sure if it's going to be 3 hours long or something like that, but GSL is starting next weekend.
Oh my gosh, it's over.
There will be GSL on top of that.
Oh.
Yeah, and with a bit of luck, something big happens during the week. So get ready. Maybe we're going to have a lot to talk about. We'll see.
I'm pretty much guaranteeing we're going to have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. It's madness.
Yeah.
So,
any closing comments you guys want to say?
For me, all good. I'm ready for the next one next Monday. Gonna start stacking some news and probably gonna have to sit down this weekend and just follow all the TSL stuff to get some nice VODs, because I think it's gonna be the next big thing happening. Sebastian boosted it so much and hyped it so much, but it was right. I remember TSL back from the days, and it is that big for an online tournament. It's huge, probably the biggest ever. And I guess we're going to see good things. So I'm going to have to try to follow GSL and TSL at the same time and work on it.
Sebastian, anything closing comments you have to say?
Well, other than again agreeing with Roger that the TSL will be just a fantastic event and newcomers to the StarCraft 2 community are in for a real treat. They don't know what's going to hit them in terms of good tournament and epic games. Team Liquid will flex its muscles like they have never have in StarCraft 2. And for my own part, I just want to put it out there once again that I am not dead. My channel is on a bit of a pause, but that is because I plan to return triumphant. I have been practicing to do commentary of my own, and I'm really looking forward to show that to you guys. I'm sure Roger will duel with me once or twice as well.
That's gonna be
me
sweet.
gladly. Shoutcast and all of that's gonna be awesome.
Hopefully, maybe someday we can get a 3-person cast here for just some lulz.
That would be cool.
GG rated 3-man cast, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna invite Firebat Hero to do this with us. It's gonna be awesome.
Craziness,
but
man.
He needs a camera. He needs a webcam so he can show us some of his style.
Webcam live feed to Firebat and.
Okay, it's done.
Yeah. Anyways.
Guys.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in this week. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but not much I could do about that there. I'm going to have to try and piecemeal the audio together from, I think the VOD was split in a couple points here when the UStream server went down, or it said it was not up and it wasn't able to connect. But thanks everybody for tuning in and staying with us. Check out Hydra's YouTube channel. It's XHydraX. Great professional cast there. Also, check out Sebastian's channel. Plenty of great insider and in-depth interviews on his channel, and that is Polygon Review on YouTube. And don't forget to spread the word about GG Rated. Share some love on Twitter. Our channel is GG Rated. Email us questions or comments to liveshow@ggrated.net, and just spread the word to your friends. And I think that's it for this week's show. So thanks again for tuning in, everybody, and we will see you again next Monday. And GG.
See you guys. Have fun.
Adios.